Sorry, no lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento.
Oh man. I feel so weird. I feel weird right now. It doesn't sound the same way the other one sounds. I hear the white noise again.
It's different.
Yeah, the other one did all the processing. The other one did all the technical stuff already on its own. But it doesn't really matter because when Mitch was getting the files, they sounded like how they sound right now. It was I had to bypass all the effects because he's mixing it from scratch. So it doesn't really matter. He's gonna do what he does.
Do his magic.
But I try to just give him the cleanest of audio before it even gets touched up, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Real Potter vibes.
Real Potter vibes.
Everybody's fake Potters, I swear. What's a fake Potter anyways?
What's a fake Potter? Let's dive into that.
We can dive. Yeah. A fake Potter is someone that thinks starting a podcast is just sitting down and talking and hitting record.
Then that would kind of make me a fake Potter because that's what I do on Healing with Nicole. Ouch. Don't choke on the water. Cuidado.
Nah, but I don't look at you like that because you still put thought behind it.
I do. I really do.
And it's not you sitting down with people. It's like you dolo.
I'm solo. Yeah.
Like people, and I actually was having this conversation earlier where sometimes like you see Joe Budden or you see certain pods, right? Do it. And you think, oh, I could do that. I can get a group of friends and sit down and chop it up and talk about things. And yeah, you can, but can you do it consistently? Can you make the show better every week? Like, it gets tiring when you just approach it with like, oh, we the homies, so we just gonna crack jokes and have fun. And like, that gets old. That gets old quick. And I think that to me is someone that's just trying to pod for like a trend. It's like people that do shirts and it's like, I just want to make a t-shirt because everyone's making a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't knock it. Make your t-shirt. Make a pod. Start whatever you want to start. But then it comes down to like differentiating yourself and separating yourself from the rest. No one potting like me. People are potting better than me. I'll give them that. But at my level, no one's potting like me. I don't care. I listen to our content. I look at our page, and it's like, for the level that we're at now, the resources we have now, no one's potting like me. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. Conspiracy did his thing. This is I got something to prove with this pod, Nicole, because this is my third pod. This is the third pod I start. First, Overly Blunt did his thing. It was cool. It was cool for the time being. Conspiracy came and just destroyed, like knocked OB out the water. It was just like, nah, Chris is here. And then Siento is becoming a thing too, and I just pride myself because we're not taking the guest route. We're not taking the easy way of potting. It's like, no, we're building the solid foundation. Me and Nicole and I.
Yeah.
And
here.
And every week, and you gonna grow with us. If you don't like us, you don't like us. That's fine. Like, we're gonna keep potting, and I don't plan on getting guests on here anytime soon. I already told you my plan behind the scenes, Nicole, and I don't plan on having any guests soon. So I'm happy with the growth. I'm happy with the numbers. I'm happy with all that. Because it's just us, like I said. That's why I get more excited too, because like, yo, we're doing this dolo?
Just us, yeah.
Even people that are mainstream, even people that already got clout, shows really only elevate when you have guests on them. Obviously, the bigger the guest, the more your show starts growing. So I ain't worried. I had Hotep Jesus on Conspiracy. I can get a guest. I had Nick Henson. I can get guests. Like, guests is easy to do. That's easy. But do they mean something? Are they filler episodes? That's what I mean. Fake Potter versus real Potter. Are you doing it strictly for the content? Or are you doing it because you're really passionate about it? And you want to have a conversation with that person? Because I never do interviews. I never have people on the pod just because I know what it's gonna do.
Okay.
Like certain people, I know what it's gonna do, but I generally want to have this conversation with them, like a Nick, like a HV, like Hotep Jesus. But for the most part, it's not like I don't need them on the show.
And I think with Conspiracy, you also came into those interviews like knowing about the person, like you did your homework.
Oh yeah, you got to study people.
It's not like you were just like, hey, welcome to my podcast.
But that's how I felt towards the end.
Really?
That's how I was feeling when, like, that's why I had to bring the Good Brothers on board, because I felt so stagnant. I wasn't creative no more. It wasn't like my world anymore. Every episode, I felt like I was stepping into people's world instead of them stepping into my world. Which it was cool because I was learning, and I'm grateful for it, and the people that I met, the connections I met. But when I started doing the Friday ones, it's like, oh, this is my vibe. Like, this is conspiracy, really. This is my thoughts, my opinions, and I'm talking about it with the homies, having fun, cracking jokes. So Friday episodes were fire to me.
Yeah, they were great. I enjoyed those. Yeah, I enjoyed all the episodes personally, but
we met because of conspiracy, Nicole. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, like how it was supposed to happen, but sometimes I feel dumb because I see the number. I log on sometimes and I still see the numbers that it's making, and I'm like, man, why did I left at the wrong time?
You can always come back though. People ask me if you're coming back. People ask.
I thought about
inquire.
it. I thought about it, but I'm gonna do it on my time, and I don't want to put that pressure on me,
yourself. Yeah,
because I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to do it weekly. I don't know how I want to approach it yet. So there's gonna be some stepping back and figuring things out before I drop conspiracy. Because right now, all I have on my mind is Lo Siento.
Yeah.
Like, even OB has taken that little background in me, where it's like, okay, that's gonna happen when it happens. But right now, we have this solid. We've been consistent already for a few weeks. And every time a storm comes, we get past the storm and we keep going. So it's like,
keep trucking, yeah.
We've been through too much to just be like, I'm not doing Lo Siento no more.
Yeah.
Personally, that's how I feel.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
I've stressed so much about this show, Nicole. At one point, that month when we didn't record, after we dropped 3 episodes, I really questioned, like, should we do this? I questioned it. And I still was like, nah, let's just keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. And now I'm happy. Now I'm like, okay, cool. OB can wait. But yeah, that's a fake potter. Potting because you want just filler content. I've been there. Trust.
I dropped a pod.
Hey, you did.
I did.
See, I didn't have my sound effect. I didn't have no Sorry No Siento effect. I have nothing today. I have to figure all that out before next show. Because I could have. Before I let you get into your podcast, Healing with Nicole, I could have, but I got back from my weekend and I was so tired. Like, I was just on Tuesday. All I did was sleep. Like, I just recovered Tuesday. Yesterday, I kind of had a dentist appointment, so I kind of stepped into the flow of things a little bit. But as soon as I came back, sleep, woke up till like 7, 8, went back to sleep, and then today I went back to work. So it's kind of like, okay, recording today, back to work today. Let's get in the groove of things, but I didn't get to get anything ready before the show.
I see. Yeah.
So, Healing with Nicole, episode 24?
24, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I was like, wow, the quality of it's different because this is so different than that. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's one, I'm not recording video on Healing with Nicole. 2, I can record with my laptop like completely far away from me,
right? And
just be like chilling, just not worry about my posture, not worry about whatever, just be like,
I miss when it's just strictly audio. I ain't gonna lie, it's so easy,
but just the quality of sound using this microphone and hearing it play back
compared to a USB one.
Yeah, the USB one, or just using my phone.
You record off your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Some episodes?
Yeah, the first few, like first 5 maybe were off the phone.
Okay, that's definitely fake Potter vibes.
I was like, you look. I was using my headphones as a little mic, like whatever.
Definitely fake Potter vibes.
I put it out there, so. Yeah, now I have, real Potter vibes right here.
Nah, for sure. The glow up. and the glow up's still happening. The glow up's still in transition for you. Your visual glow up's on the way.
Oh, yeah.
Your audio glow up already came. Now your visual glow up's on the way.
Yeah.
And then your next is your content glow up.
Yeah. Which I feel like, I don't know. I feel like TikTok lately has been... I don't know. I just feel like Instagram is just so uninspiring. Aside from looking at Sorry No Lo Siento's Instagram, But like for my own personal like posting and I don't know. I'm not really feeling Instagram for myself. I feel like I like seeing, Sorry No Lo Siento is on TikTok as well. That's kind of it's a different beast. Like TikTok's algorithm is so different. It's like more about views and likes. So you don't have to have as many followers. Like you could have a bunch of people viewing and liking, and that could still put you on. It's way different.
That's how Instagram is. That's how Instagram is too.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. It's just different though. I don't know what it is.
Instagram, you have like probably 100 followers. Let me look, like our account. We have 140, something like that, 150. But then we have 500 views, 1,000 views, 200 views. It's always more than their follower count.
But the visibility of it, like you can go to someone's profile and it'll show you, like, for example, on my account on TikTok, I think I have like 81 followers, but then I have like 500 likes or something. And so it shows that like immediately. So it's like, I don't know what it is about it.
Algorithms. The algo. What is the root word of algo? I forgot what HV said. Yo, we're gonna stop playing eventually and just blend Sorry No Lo Siento conspiracy for one episode.
One
episode, huh?
One episode.
You gotta be careful because last time I had her on the show, I was on Spotify within a week, so you gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful. Watching.
But man, aquí estamos, otra semana,
otro capítulo.
SNL, Sorry No Lo Siento, Cristobal X Mateo. If you can't already see, I feel like I look darker. Yeah, I look darker.
Tan.
You know what I remembered about too when I clowned you. I'm like, yo, when you said you got sunburn, I was like, rap people really get sunburn like that. Mm-hmm. But in my defense, you are on the lighter side.
Yes.
I've been on the darker side.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds funny. Been on the darker side.
You're more mocha, and I'm like
definitely more. Yeah, definitely more indigenous for sure.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I got just my tan. I just bronzed up.
You just enhanced.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad because it burned. I never been sunburned the way I like. And even then, like I'm so happy I'm my color because this ain't no white people sunburn either. Like I haven't been peeling like crazy. It has nothing. It's nothing crazy like that. Mm-hmm. And we'll get into the Plática today because today's Plática is about la Plática the guys trip. This is the guys trip episode. I just got back from a guys trip, and I'm like, you know what? Life is content, so we gonna talk about the guys trip. But the guys kept telling me like, you're not gonna put no sunblock on, and I'm just like, nah, and they were looking at me like, cause they were kind of lathering themselves up, they were putting the sunblock on each other, so they probably thought I was saying no because I didn't want to get lathered up myself. Ooh. And then I'm just like, nah, I don't use sunscreen, and they're like, what do you mean you don't use sunscreen? I'm like, I don't go to sunscreen when I'm out and about, like I'm dark already, like I don't get burned, I just get more darker. And they're like, all right, do as you will. This is the first time I'm like in Arizona like that too. This is the first time I'm like on a river. This is the first time I experienced all this. I didn't know the sun's different out there, yo.
Yeah.
The sun's different out there. It's like two suns hitting you. And so I'm like out there. First day, solid. Everything's cool. Second day, we were out there literally from like before 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. Oh man, body was red, arms, chest, stomach, everything red. And the homies were like, damn, bro, I thought you didn't need sunblock. And I'm like, I've never experienced this. Like, this is the first time this happens, but this is the first time I'm out here in this heat like this with no shirt on the water, everything reflecting off the water.
It's way different.
Bro, it was ridiculous. It was like 108, between 108 and 115 all week. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's...
But I should have listened because obviously they have more river experience. They've done it. Mm-hmm. I don't listen, so I came back hurting. But yeah, I right now looking at myself on the camera, and I feel like I do look a little bit more tanner. Yeah, more nopalero for sure. There's a bunch of chuntis out there, yo.
What?
There's hella eggers out there.
With the cuts,
young fools too.
Wow.
I felt like I was here in Riverside. I'm like, yo, when did Riverside come to the desert?
Wow.
There was just too many of them everywhere you looked. And I'm just like, I didn't know Arizona got lit like this. I never been out to Laughlin or anything like that, so I was like, yo, this pretty dope. But that's a whole culture too, boat culture and all that. Like,
Yeah, it's different. It's
I wish I had my job. So this one I play the money.
I
That's
know.
that's where you gotta be, man. You need money to be in the water.
hmm Boat maintenance, gas for your boat,
Oh man, it's all that. You gotta
storage.
you gotta pay for the park recreation pass just to even go to the lake. It's like it's a whole thing. I'm just like, man, I don't know. But no, I was we'll get into the guys trip. I'm so unprepared this episode, man. This is not good. It's not a good look.
We're just coming back from a long weekend. You know,
I shouldn't even say that. You should never show people your card. Don't ever say you ain't feeling it. Just do it. Let them say you ain't fit. Chris was acting different this episode.
it's not that you're not feeling it. I just think that you're catching up from a series of events.
I haven't turned up like that in like a long time. Like so, and the physical tiredness of it too. Not even just like the drinking and all that stuff, but it's just also just my body was bruised up, my body was sunburned. Like I just wanted to sleep, and I couldn't even sleep comfortable because I hurt every which way I try to position myself. So, but it was nice. It was nice being out because I all I do is work and pod. All I do is work and pod. All I do is work and pod and eat. That's all I do.
You need balance in your life.
Yeah, that sounds good.
He said that sounds good.
It does. That sounds cool. I need balance, but like I'll get it one day. I'll get it when it's worth to have it. Let me burn myself out right now.
Oh gosh.
All right, let's get the vibes going. Welcome to another episode of Sorry No Lo Siento. We are your hosts, your lovely hosts, tu tío y tu tía. Nah, I don't want to be a tío yet. I'll be a primo right now. Primo y prima. I like that. Tus primos y tus primas.
Oh my gosh.
All right, y'all settle in real quick. What song is this? Wasn't it like a big commercial song?
Yeah, I was trying to think of that.
All right, let me see. I'm just pushing play on anything. Well, they're my playlist, but there's no guys trip vibes at all. Damn, I forgot about this song. Nah. Nah. I ain't feeling this. Turn the vibes back up.
Okay.
Estamos en Cuculandia. You never heard this song?
What?
You never heard this song?
I have heard the song.
How does it go? Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Cool. Cuckoo.
That's the vibe.
I haven't heard this song in forever.
This happens at every family party. It sucks because I can't play anything that's the vibe of the weekend is like Corrupt, you know, DJ Quick. That was the vibe of the week. I can't. We went to the casino one of the nights and they were playing. It was like they were trying to go to the club because they heard English music, and then when we came back, they were playing Spanish music, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to go in there. We can't dance to that." I'm like, "Yo, this is where it gets lit." Like,
Yeah.
I need the Spanish music to dance. I'm trying to hear this. I'm not trying to like. I mean, I could do both, but when you tap in with the Spanish ones, that's why all the mommies want to dance too. Like,
even if you don't really know how to dance, some people just like do a little move, you know.
Like the mommies are trying to dance to the Spanish music, and the shorties are trying to dance to the rap music, you know. And I'm with both. Like,
you know, like women that have heels on, you're not really doing too. You're just
yeah, exactly.
you know.
And they're just holding on to you, doing a little quebradita.
It's just
Yeah. Yeah, for real. For real.
Yeah.
All right, Mija. So I was on the river. We'll get into that. We'll get into the guys trip. What went on with you? I heard you were in Oakland. You were in the what's it called? In the O? What's Oakland's nickname?
I don't even know because I'm from San Francisco. So, I don't know. I was in Oakland for an event. Saw Amber Khan in Oakland.
Hey, what?
Yeah, I saw her.
How was that?
It was, I've never been to one of her events. It had been years since I've been to Oakland. Honestly, years. Besides going to like a A's game or something or baseball, like had not been, in the town for a long time. But I stayed at a hotel. It was like a new hip hotel, and it was not that far from the venue. The event was lit, very lit. But it was, it was different. I got to meet some people shout out to Sam. I got to meet her.
Hey, shout out to Sam.
In real life, which was exciting. I got to meet some people from Instagram at that event. So that was nice.
Was it weird or not?
Huh?
Was it weird or not?
No, it was actually really cool. And got to meet new people at the event as well. But unfortunately, after the event, the day after when I checked out of the hotel, the front desk was like, "Oh, just like, here you go. Thanks for coming and visiting, blah, blah. Cool, thanks. Go to valet to get your car." Because I have paid. So people call Oakland Rip City because you're going to get your stuff ripped off.
Really?
And so, yeah.
I just told you what's the nickname. You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I mean,
Rip.
Rip City. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And so I had called the hotel ahead of time to inquire.
Yeah.
Because I did not want to leave my car in the street.
Okay.
And so I was like, I see online that you offer valet. Is that in a garage? Like, what does that consist of? And the individual who had assisted me previously on the phone was like, "Oh, yeah, the street isn't safe. We have a parking garage. It's definitely worth it. I would park my car in valet." Cool. No problem. So yeah, when I go wait for my car, when I'm checked out already, front desk didn't say anything to me. The dude who guessed my keys, he's like, "So did the front desk talk to you about what happened to your car?" And I was like, "So what happened to my car?"
Yeah.
And he was like, and I felt bad because I do feel that that was something that the front desk should have handled, or the manager. I don't know. Maybe I have high expectations, but if you have an establishment and there's vandalism, the manager or someone in the office should be handling that. That's,
Right.
So they bring my car around and I'm just like praying that it's not, I was actually very calm. And it's really interesting because I had a dream about the hotel, like previously, and just like this weird unsettling feeling. So I was like, wow, you really dreamt about something happening, and it did. But they brought my car around, and so I drive a Nissan, and they have these, they're called quarter glass is the correct term for it. So there's the back door that opens, and then there's like, it's not on the door, but there's like this little vent window, which I don't see the purpose of it, because the person who punched, you could tell like they punched that window.
Yeah.
They use that to pull the lever on the back seat and open the door to get into my trunk. I don't see the point, Nissan, of the quarter glass. It's also kind of pricey literally the glass is this big. And it's kind of pricey. So I think you should just get rid of that. Just making that. So the guy comes around, and he's like, the other guy's like, I got to get paperwork. I hadn't opened my vehicle because I wanted witnesses, employees, to see what the damage was going to be. They didn't take anything. So not that I had anything. I had accidentally left my charger in there, and I was debating the night before, like, do I want to bother them to go get my car so I can get my charger out? Maybe I should have. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have. But nothing was stolen. I had a pair of Nikes in there, like some old ones that I used to go to the gym, and they didn't take them. That's all I had in the car that was worth anything.
Yeah.
Some shoes. I'm the type of female that doesn't really keep junk in the car like that. I had a gallon of water that was still there too, so they clearly weren't thirsty. But unfortunately, there were 4 other cars, so there are 5 cars total. And some of the other cars were more expensive than my car, and had a lot more damage. And I just feel like
isn't there a security guard at the garage? Or
so come to find out, because this has been an issue that's lasted for a few days now. So Friday I parked the car, or valet parked my car. Saturday morning I was planning to go to brunch. I was planning to be in the city. I was planning to be out in the town. Not when I have a hole in my window. They didn't offer to help me, like maybe give me a piece of cardboard. So I was like, you know what? I'm going back to Sac. Like, I'm gonna go back to my town where like I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
And so I waited. Like, there was no manager apparently at the hotel during that time, which I find it very strange. I think there should always be a manager or someone who's capable of handling a situation like that. Long story short, I did talk to the hotel manager, and he was like, I told him, and there was no reason to get upset. It's no one's fault. There were people out who were just being not good people.
Yeah.
But I was like, I feel like the front desk should have handled that, because the front desk had no problem charging me $48, and then later I walk out and find out that my car's been damaged, and it's kind of like a punch in the throat when you're like, oh, he charged you $48. But that was
and obviously when you sign, you're consenting to like whatever happens, right?
Correct. And so when I talked to the manager, like I said, they were like, we've already refunded, because I sent an email, and I sent an email to the corporate office, because I was like, this is kind of ridiculous that you're in the middle of downtown Oakland, and it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So they called me. I talked to the manager. He was apologetic. I was like, the stay was fine. I enjoyed my room. There was nothing wrong with the room. There's nothing wrong with my stay. The problem was the valet and how the situation was handled, and how our cars were just like on display in front of the hotel with these like bashed windows. So that got reimbursed. Then the manager of the valet company, so apparently the valet company is someone separate. Great, nice person. He informed me that the garage belongs to the city, and that the city of Oakland should have been providing security, which they did not. There was no security. And I knew that because the valet had told me. He was like, there's no security guard tonight. Like, we just go in and out, and that's that. So then the manager of the valet company said, your claim has been submitted. So because of Labor Day and the long weekend and blah, 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 it's going to take some time. So it's like kind of annoying, because like we want things resolved
fast,
and it doesn't happen. It does not happen. But they did reassure me that the expenses would be covered. And then I had to deal with calling around and businesses who want to upcharge for this little piece of glass, which I'm really grateful. I actually found a really close business, family owned, who is going to do it for me on Monday. And so that's where we're at. I mean, when it comes down to going to Oakland, the gas, the money spent, the event, this, it's kind of like, could have stayed home. You know,
manager basically hit you with the, sorry, no lo siento.
Exactly. But I will say this, it was great to make connections with people. But overall, just looking at it from a financial perspective, I did not come out winning. Maybe I will when I speak to the claims department of the hotel.
Yeah.
But
that's trash.
Yeah.
Especially when you pay for valet. It's like, bro, it's not like I just parked in a public parking structure. You know, it's like, it was through y'all. And regardless if the city owns it, like, one of you guys got to figure it out. But
yeah,
I need my money.
I need my paper. Yeah.
Because that's exactly why you pay for valet. So you didn't have to leave it on the street. So that wouldn't happen. But I get you might not have a security guard. But I mean,
there was actually a woman who parked a woman that was at the event parked in the street. Her car was fine. I was like, I could have just parked in the street then.
That's usually how it be.
That's like the gamble. But here I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and pay this so that my car is fine. And yeah, I also learned a lot about myself on that weekend because there was an individual who his back window got busted and he was getting high fee with the valet. And I was like, here I am like, it's not his fault. I was like, like this is the we need to take it up with the hotel. Like you need to get, and I was like defusing, like trying to de-escalate.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, this isn't my job.
Yeah.
Like
that's you taking on others.
That's me. Why do I do this? Like, shut the hell up and go back to SAC. Like
the same reason you helped at the door, same reason you helped with the event. That's just you.
That's just who I am. Like but algo tiene que cambiar because
because people take advantage of that, sadly, but they want you to do everything. Like Nicole showing up, she'll do something.
It's just it's in my nature of like wanting to fix.
Yeah.
Like, how can I fix this? How can I make this better? And it's like, girl, stop.
Yeah. And that's fine when it's for your stuff, but stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, but I just felt so bad. I just put myself in situations where when the valet guy was getting yelled at, and I was just like, it's not his fault. Like, take it out with the hotel. Like, and the guy was like, he calmed down and he was like, did anything get stolen from your car? I'm like, bro, I cleaned my car out before I came to Oakland. And he was like, yeah, you already know about Rip City. And I was like, So then it was like kind of funny, we got to laugh. And then it's like, okay, everybody's calm.
Yeah.
And, that's just how I am. I just feel too much sometimes.
Yeah, you do, for sure.
I do.
But, if you're not going to feel, who is?
I don't know. I'd like to know the answer.
Like, I don't know, but it should be my worry. Someone else can worry.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's I guess a good weekend and a bad weekend, right?
There were some good things about it. Every experience is a learning experience. I will say that.
Yeah.
Grateful that I wasn't like hurt. Grateful that I wasn't like robbed at gunpoint or carjacked or some other thing.
That's true.
Grateful for that. The physical items can be replaced. Nicole cannot be replaced. I'm one of a kind. So I just have to go with it.
Nah, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you had a good weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had a fun, amazing weekend. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I saw that in the socials.
I haven't had first of all, I've never been on a guy's trip. So this is the first time because I mean, like, I guess when it's like a guy's trip is like when you start getting older, because when you're young, it's like the girls are going, like the homegirls are going to, the guys, everyone's going, but this time it's like everyone has their kids, has their relationship, so it's like, okay, leave everything, let's just go together to go to a, on this guys trip. So I've had friends trips, I guess, but I never had a guy trip, right?
Just bonding with guys, yeah.
And it was funny because during I had this moment, right, where I'm like, I was under the influence for sure, but there's this one point where I came where I was wondering, I'm like, if I wouldn't have came, would all the events that transpired, would they have still transpired, just with me not here, or would they be completely different?
Yeah,
because I was thinking, I'm like, because right now would they be in this boat right now doing what they're doing, but just me not being here? Because then I started thinking like, when people come back and like, oh, you should have gone, bro, it would have been dope.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
When they say that? So then I started thinking like, would I have been in the boat with them doing that, or would it have been a completely different experience, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that?
I do sometimes think about that. Or like, have you ever had people say, oh, it was just not the same without you there?
Right.
And you're like,
but you
so
being
how was
there,
it?
it could have been the same events that happened. The same things could have went down, and just I'm here next to you giving you my perspective on what's going on, me cracking jokes with you, but everything's still happening around you the same way it was supposed to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like it's weird because I'm just like, would these fools really still be like playing football right now? Or we're just throwing the ball. Just an example, we're throwing the ball around. Like, would they still be doing this right now at this moment if I wasn't here?
Yeah. That's deep.
I was just high, and I'm just thinking like, yo, that's crazy. Because like, I know each person adds to the experience. Each person adds to the trip, right?
Each person adds to the experience.
But we don't know that for sure if one of us was missing. We don't know that. We don't know if it'll go completely different. We don't know if it'll go the same. Just us not. It's just so I just started tripping. Like I just had a little fun thought like that. And I'm just like, I wonder why. Yeah.
Those deep thoughts that come in.
For real, it was a deep thought. Cause I was actually thinking about it for a minute. I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, man, these fools. And I started thinking, nah, they would have still done the same things. They would have still done the same. Everything would have just happened the same way, just me not being here. So then I started thinking like, imagine I wasn't there and I got home, and then they asked me like, yo, GB, you should have gone. And then imagine that like, I knew what happened though. So like, do I just put myself in that same setting, or do I have to look at it like, that wouldn't have happened because I don't like that. So I would have probably said, I gave my different 2 cents, and then would have changed the course of the journey, right?
Right.
And then that led me to, because I remember like a few weeks back, there was like this thing going on social media talking about like, who's the leader of the friends group, right? I don't know if you saw that. Like, I think it was women discussing like, if my man's not the leader of his friends group, I don't want him. Something like that, right?
Something regarding
yeah. So that's what I started thinking, because I'm like, I'm not into a lot of things that the average person's into, right? But I'm not a party people. Like, everyone can do what you want to do, but I just don't be into certain things. And I think that's what makes you a leader in a friend group. When you feel confident saying, nah, I don't want to do that. Nah, I'm cool off that.
I think it also being firm with your boundaries shows that you're not easily manipulated or going to give in for the like acceptance of others.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you're true. Like, no, I don't care if you're doing that.
Yeah,
you're just very confident in what works for you, what you're going to do, what you're willing to do, and what you're not willing to do. Exactly.
But when you're around dudes like that, like, there was a leader in this trip, right? And maybe it's subconsciously, I think the leader was the birthday boy, right? It was like, whatever he was trying to do, we with it,
Right.
I may not be, but I'm still there. Like, I'm not down for this, but I'm there. I'm with you. Let's go do it, right? So I played that like, now I'm a follow. Like, so I think it also matters what group you're in. I think men know what group they're the leaders in and which ones they're not, or the time being. Like, for the time being, And I think when all the people in the group are leaders, that's when nothing is on the same page, because everyone wants to do what they want to do.
Do you think that when some people aren't on the same page or everyone is if everyone is an alpha and no one's willing to let like someone take the lead, do you think that creates like the conflict of things not working smoothly?
It shouldn't, but it does. Cause they start getting like, come on, bro, stop being a party pooper. Come on, bro, let's go do this. Like, nah, let's just come on. Like, you get more of that. If it shouldn't be like that, but it turns out like that. It should just be more like, all right, cool, go do that. I'll go do this. I don't care if I'm doing it by myself. I'm gonna go do this. But no one wants to do things by themselves, so they try to like, nah, well, let's go do this.
Do it
and it's
together.
like, well, we can go do that after we do this, and it's like. But I think you have to be respectful. Like this weekend, it wasn't about me. It wasn't about us. It was about homeboy. It was about my cousin-in-law, and he deserves it. So like whatever he's trying to do, we're gonna do. We'll get into it. So it was fun playing like passenger. I felt like a passenger, like a co-pilot the whole trip.
I have a question for you. So do you feel that sometimes you are the pilot, and was it nice to just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride?
100%. It's fun when you don't have to plan out the events. It's fun when you don't have to figure out where we're gonna stay at. What we're gonna do each day. It's different when you get invited. When you get invited, it's like, okay, cool. Like, just say yes. That's all you have to do on your part. Say yes and show up with like some weed or something. But that's it. When you're inviting, you're the ones that have to figure out, okay, we're staying here between these days and these days. We're gonna do this day. So it was nice for a change to just be like, I don't know what's going on. I've never been to where we've been to. I don't know where we're going. I just know it's in Laughlin. That's all I know. And I went with the flow. So it was nice.
That's nice.
It was nice going with the flow. I'm not going to lie. And I wasn't even going to go on this trip, but I ended up finessing something last minute. And I'm glad I went on this trip because it's corny to say, like, it's well needed. I needed this. But it was deep down, like, everyone does need some type of escape like that. And yeah, like, not to be funny, I did need it. And I needed it. And it was nice to have it because nice to not worry about my dogs for at least 3 days. Nice to not worry about a cell phone for 3 days because I had no service. It was just nice to just be on the water, and just be in nature, basically, be amongst good company, joking around. And guys trips is funny just based off the bond that's formed amongst the men, right?
Yeah.
Like, two of these people I never been around, right? I mean, one of them, he's always at my cousin's like parties and stuff like that. Like, he'd be at there, but I never like chop it up with him. It's always like, oh, what's up type of thing. So This time it's like we got to know each other on a different level. And then the other person I didn't know at all. So the first time I meet him, and just four of us, and just they already have their little lingo and their inside jokes, and then me just kind of adapting to it because I hear them and I'm a quick adapter. And I got a nickname. They started calling me MC. It should be CM, but they started calling me MC. And just the jokes and the lingo, we coined it. We were calling ourselves the IE boys, Like, one of the homies was like, hey, we may not be the island boys, but we for sure the IE boys. And I started laughing. He said he said it when everyone was already like, we're on a good one already. And the way he said it, I started cracking up. I was like, bro, he just coined a new term for us. We definitely the IE boys. Like, get out of here. So I was rapping IE boys the whole weekend. We're just IE boys. And that happened out there. Where else was trying to go with this? Let me see.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that it's important for guys to have guy trips just to kind of like build relationships with each other? And because, like you said, some people go on trips with like their friends or their significant other or their family, but it was kind of like people that you knew and people that you didn't know. But do you think that that's kind of important to like bond with men that you also don't know? Like, does that make sense?
I think a guy's trip is I don't want to say if it's needed. I wouldn't know because I haven't got to a level where I'm a dad and I always have something going on. It's easy for me to escape. So I don't know if it's needed, but I can see the argument to why it is needed, right? Like, especially especially when you don't ask for it all the time. You know, like my cousin's man he's a hardworking dude. He's always he's up in the Bay, 5 days out of the week, comes back down, and it's always to better his wife and his family, his kids. Mm-hmm. It's always that they're always in his that's always his tunnel vision, like them. Mm-hmm. So I think sometimes it's nice to when like for example, we're out on the river, and I can tell he was happy that he was just able to run the boat as fast as he wanted to. And then when he goes, bro, he goes, my bad. I just get excited because then I get to floor it. And I'm like, oh, you don't get to do that when you come on the river. He goes, nah, because your cousin doesn't want me to drive fast because the kids and all this. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I get how you can be more yourself. You don't have to worry about being the bigger role model to your kids. You can kind of be one of the guys again for a little bit, for a weekend. You can. And that's how it felt like we were like in high school again. That's how I felt. it was fun. Like our inner child came out. Okay. So everyone's inner child came out. We're all having fun. We're like little kids in the water, running, just dipping everywhere, getting in the water, jumping in, getting on the little tube, getting, jumping off cliffs, just very, very child energy. It was dope. So I don't know if it's needed, but I can see the argument to how it can benefit just relationships and stuff like that. Because now, you go away, you walk away from the guy's trip, and now you become closer to these people too. My cousin or her man, I met a different side of him. Not a bad or a good way, but I just different, like a version of him before my cousin and the kids that I wasn't privy to. I wasn't privy to. So getting to know his homie and his other homie, they went to high school together. So hearing their stories and all the stuff they used to do, and so it was like a lot of reminiscing. It's like getting in a time machine and going back a little bit and like kind of having fun, but. Like we said before, when we're adults, so we're able to do the fun things still. Yeah. And still tap in with like the child stuff and not care about a lot of things. Mm-hmm. I will tell you this though, men suck at planning.
I was gonna ask you about
plans,
that.
And nothing went the way it was said it was supposed to go. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Like. They were like, oh, we're taking food to do sandwiches on the boat. Men we're not gonna do that, bro. If it's not chips to like something that's already done and ready, we're not gonna make a sandwich on the boat. We're just not. We're gonna roll up before we even do that. We're gonna break down some weed, cut the blunt, roll the thing, do the filter, lick it. We're gonna do all that before we even decide to slap a ham and mayo and cheese on a bread.
Yeah.
So 3 of my meals out there, Nicole, back to back to back. Hamburgers with fries. I was over that. I was over it.
Wow.
But this is what I mean when you can't plan, right? Like, initially the plans was like, okay, yeah, we got there Saturday. Like, okay, we're going to get here Saturday. We're going to hit the water. We're going to go to the room first, drop everything off, hit the water. We're going to be out there for all day. And then Sunday comes, we're going to go to Havasu because Havasu's probably like an hour away from us, hour and a half. But he wanted to go on the boat. He wanted to just go up the river to go straight to Havasu. He goes, we'll wake up early, sunrise, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., we'll hit the water. We'll be out, we'll be in Havasu by like 8 a.m. We'll come back at noon, be back here at 2, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, bet. We didn't wake up till like 9 a.m., 8 a.m. We were at the casino till like midnight. We're all drunk, tired, high. Yeah. No one was going to wake up in 3 hours to go get up early to go to Havasu.
And no one went to the store.
Personally, I wasn't trying to go up. Like, no, let's just chill here. We're already at the river. But again, I'm co-pilot. I'm not.
Right.
2 cents of mine. I'm going to go with the flow. But deep down, I was not trying to go to Havasu. I was like, nah, bro. We're already here. Like nah. But, all right. So I woke up early. I could have been like, yo, wake up. Everybody wake up. I woke up and see everybody still asleep. Say less. Yeah. Back to sleep.
You're like, I'm out.
So the Sunday, we still got up early. We still woke up around 8 a.m. By 9:30, 10 a.m., we had already ate. We're already on the river. So from 10 a.m. to the only reason we got out because a sandstorm came in. A big thunderstorm came in. All the sand got picked up. All the electricity went out. We went back to the room. No power. No AC. No nothing. No nothing. We go to the casinos. Some casinos have their power out. It was so bad, yo. It was so bad. So that threw all our plans off too. And then same thing Sunday. We're like, okay, we're gonna, we'll wake up for Havasu Monday, and then we'll go home after Havasu. We'll just head home. I'm thinking it was actually gonna happen. We woke up on time and everything. No one said nothing. I'm like, cool, my mouth is staying shut. I ain't mentioning Havasu at all.
Yeah.
And we just go back on the water. But I was already Monday. I was already sunburned. I was already bruised up. I was tired. I was over the river. I was like, I'm trying to go home already. I ain't gonna lie. But again, I'm the co-pilot, so sure, let's hit the river. But yeah, man, planning sucks. We didn't do nothing food wise that we said we were gonna do. The only thing that went according to plan is that we were gonna be drunk and high the whole trip, and that's the only thing that was a guarantee.
But
and we didn't run out of party favors either.
So no one went to, like, you didn't go to the grocery store to be like, oh, let's get chips or pre-made sandwiches, or
Nah, they did that the day prior. They went to the store and they bought chips and all that stuff, but like, that's not food to me, you know. Like,
that's not food. Yeah,
like
that's not food.
Like, but I would wake up in the morning because I wouldn't eat till like, I don't eat till like noon one. So once I started getting hungry, I would just pop some chips. But then, like Saturday, we went and got the burgers from that. No, actually Sunday we went to the little diner spot right there on the river. Well, we were eating the burgers and we're like, man, I know this ain't as bomb as it tastes, but this is hitting right now. And we're like, yeah, no, it is. And then that same night we went to Fat Burger, but that's the night that everything was packed at the casinos. That it took us 2 hours to order our food, 2 hours to get our food. It was ridiculous. We were in line, and some lady walks up to us. She goes, "You know, you guys can order online, right?" And we're like, "What?" So we would have waited longer, so we ended up ordering online, and we got our food probably within 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And we're like, we could have avoided all this time. But how do you feel about guys trip? Like, would you let your man go on them? Does he go on them?
I'm like, bye, have fun.
And you don't get jealous. You don't get
nope.
You have that trust though. That's why
I know who he's going with, and he's very much a planner. And he's like I will say this about my man: he plans. He's a planner. That's why we work well together. If he's going on a guy's trip, he's like, babe, I'm going on a guy's trip. I'm like, cool. He'll go to the store. He'll get, breakfast, lunch. He'll talk to his friends like, what do you guys want to eat? Like, we're going to go to the store before we go to the cabin. We're going to have food is important for him. Like, he needs to be fed. So he needs to make sure that that's handled. But no, if he wants to go, he can go.
Like, now, how many is there a certain amount of guy trips allowed throughout the year, or
I don't
whenever
care.
you want? And why don't you care? So, because there's a lot of women that do care. It's like, no, you're not going out with you guys.
This is why he's supportive of what I do. I'm a homebody though, and that's just me. But
he wouldn't wife you if you weren't. But carry on.
But if he goes out, I know that he's responsible, and I trust him. And he could go on as many trips as he wants. If he wants to go golfing, if he wants to go to the cabin. He went to Arizona with a bunch of guys. And the only thing that I tell him, I'm like, which he doesn't do, but I'm like, don't drink and drive. Because when there are a lot of guys, depending on the types of guys, because I don't know them all personally or anything like that. But, when people start drinking, they start to get a little, I'm just like, don't go to jail. Don't get into a fight. Don't drive drunk. If you need anything, call me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Because I know he's that. Other than that, and his friends or the people that he goes on trips, they know me. They love me, and they're just like.
But is your man like a? Do you know him to be like a player though, or be like a womanizer?
No.
So that's why you also have that trust, because he's not out here flirting just to flirt. He's not over here just.
And because I think that we've established, number one, our mutual respect for each other, and two, I don't play that. So.
But you don't know if you're not there, Nicole.
But
guy code is gonna be guy code.
You know what? Guys are worse than girls.
I mean, Drake said it one time. N-words talk more than B-words these days. We can get the pussy quicker these days. Yeah, that's true though. Someone at work actually, I was like, "Is it true that guys talk more than girls?" I'm like, "Yeah, we talk hella like amongst each other, like men to men. Yeah, we talk a lot. We be lying if we say we didn't."
Yeah, están con el chisme and everything. But to me, at the end of the day, I sleep perfectly fine at night. If he wants to go on a guy's trip, babe, go on your guy's trip.
Yeah.
I just tell him I love you, and that's it. And he checks in. I don't bother him when he's on.
Like, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, have fun. And he'll check in with me like, hey, just wanted to check in. I'm not bothering him.
Oh, bro, I forgot about you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like watching my shows, like having my little boba tea drink, like nothing major. Like I'm not doing, or I'll be like, ooh, I reorganized this. And he'll be like, oh, cool. But I
Oh,
don't.
what about? Let me flip it on you. What about a girls' trip? Is he cool with that? Are you cool with those? Or
So, have I been on a girls' trip? I mean, I used to go out like my friend and I used to go out and I would spend the night at her house, but he never had a problem with it because I'm honest. And I've had dudes come up to me and I'd be like, I have a man, sorry. You know?
yeah.
You know, that's just how I am. Or it's like, can I buy you a drink?
But some women will take the drink though, regardless, because to them it's not cheating if they ain't smashing. So some will be like, he's offering a free drink. I'm getting that.
I don't need it. You know what? I'll play it off like, oh, please don't think that this is an invitation for you to, like, you think you got. But, like, you know, most of my female friends are single. So then I have to play this role like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well. But then I'm like, oh, thank you for that drink. Take care. And that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not, no, please. Thanks. I can buy my own drink,
Oh,
sir.
man. Like, I think girls, because even right now that we're on this guys trip, like we were trying to find the girls on the girls trip.
But let's be real. Let's be like 100% real. If you're on a girls trip or a guys trip, and there are people who are within the group, some people are married, some people are in a relationship, some people are single. The single people are gonna want to go meet people.
Yeah.
You know, and so I could speak for myself and say, like, when I've gone out with other women and they're single, I know that the whole point of them going out is because they want to talk and mingle. Yeah. My role is, okay, I'm going to be the lookout to make sure none of these guys are creepers. Or when it's time for us to break this off, I'm going to be the one like, oh, thanks, we're done here.
Yeah.
Have a nice night, you know? And guys, too, like, true. There's nothing wrong. That's where I think, and some people could disagree with me, but I don't think there's anything wrong if, as a group of guys, if there was a married person, a person with a girlfriend, a single person, why you can't go talk to women and why that can't be an experience. Like your married friend could just be talking while you're talking to another female and he's just present. That's human interaction, you know? Like that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just how that's me. But not every woman looks at that, because some women will be like, were you talking to women? Was so and so talking to women? I don't really, that's not me. I'm like, did you have fun? Yeah. If my man wants to give me the details, great. But I'm not here like, oh, what did you do? Who did they talk to someone? No.
Trying to see if you slip up, huh?
Yeah, it's like most of them are really into sports and they're like,
And that's what this guy's trip made me realize too, Nicole. It was just like, yo, we guys is cap. Like, I bet you most of the time, nothing really even happens on guys trip. Like, because like the whole trip was PG. You know, it was pretty PG for the most part. You know, so it's like nothing. Like, cause especially like the where the hoes at, especially that, right? Like where the hoes at, because we were out there. I was trying to find the hoes, and then we fill up the gas. I asked homeboy, I'm like, yo, so not for how it comes up, but he goes, oh yeah, they're everywhere. He said they're everywhere. And I look at him and I'm like, where? And then he starts laughing. He goes, oh, you know, over there by Telegraph Cove, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, cause you say everywhere like they're everywhere. And I'm like, they ain't here right now, so it ain't everywhere. And, but that's how I realized, like, you know what? Like, the host is already on boats.
That's what I was going to ask you, if there was maybe a boat full of women that drove by. You know, because that happens. There's like, no.
No, nah.
No.
It was pretty packed, but it wasn't... maybe they don't go to that one. Maybe they're more in the Havasu. I've heard stories about Havasu.
I've heard stories about Havasu.
And we're only like an hour away, so it's like, why would they be there when they can be in Havasu, you know? And, you know, girls are always going to go where it's more lit, you know? Like... where they can have the most fun. So
right,
they weren't out there like that. So that didn't. I'm like, man, this is whack. But also made me realize like, okay, you have to find the girls on the girls trip because that'll probably be your best bet too, to like have them come hang with y'all.
The balance.
Yeah, the balance, because it don't matter if you guys have sex or not. It's just like that will work because there's no dudes with them, you know. But a lot of the times when the girls are out there, and just because you don't see her with the guy right now, don't mean she's not there with her dude. You know, she may just went to the restroom, she may have got something to eat. Like just because she's not with them at the moment, don't mean she's not there with the guy though. So I feel like by the time it's already the holiday weekend, like they're already on the trip with whoever that asked them to go on the trip. They're already on the boat. Whoever got them to get on the boat, you know, they already got their plans going. If anything, what you can do now is probably pull them from one of them, but you ain't taking them back home, right? So if they do that move, how are they getting back home? Because if I was a dude, I ain't gonna take you back after someone pulls you from me. I'm just saying. So now you're stuck in Arizona or wherever you're at. Now you gotta, do something to get back home.
Eek.
So yeah, women are strategic on when they step out of who they're dealing with. It's all strategic with them. They don't cheat like men cheat.
Wow. Should there be a Plática on cheating, or is that
eventually there should be a Plática on cheating because that's an ongoing conversation, right?
Yeah.
It is. It's always trending in like podcasts or stuff that always goes viral because men and women type of thing. But yeah, cheating is, men and women definitely cheat differently. Men don't do it emotionally. That's a Plática for another
day.
Yo, so I want to tell you about this encounter I had out there, right?
Ooh, tell us.
Besides my skunk encounter.
I'm telling you, that should have been a reel. That should have been. I was talking to you through my phone. I was like, Chris, back up off the skunk. I was waiting for you to be like, oh, I got sprayed. And I'm thinking, does he know how to remove? This is how much I worried. In my mind, I was like, does he know how to remove the odor of a skunk off of him? Like, because he's going to need like tomato paste and like all these like tomato. I know with dogs, like when they get sprayed, you got to get like tomato paste and tomato sauce. Like, so I was like, oh gosh, Chris.
Wow, all bad. I was just so drunk. I was amazed to see a skunk that close to me that I was like, oh my, there's no way this is right here right now. And he's not even panicking or nothing. Like,
it's just like
and
people
people were literally just walking by him. Like I wasn't the only one that walked by him. There was like groups of people just walking by, and everyone was like, yo, why is he just chilling here? So obviously I'm drunk already. So I walked by it and I said, nah, this gotta go on the story. So I go back, start recording. and I thought he was in a spray too a certain time. Cause I'm not even looking at him at the skunk no more. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at the skunk through my phone. I'm not even looking at the skunk no more. I'm looking at him through my phone. I'm like, oh, he puts his tail up. Oh, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out. And then I get back to the homies and they're like, yo, he would have sprayed you, bro. You would have slept outside in the truck. You would have been outside. Like, you ain't sleeping in something. And I didn't even think about that. I'm like, bro, I didn't even think he was in a spray. Like, we're already close enough to him. Like, he would have done it.
You were friends with Pepe Le Pew.
That the one from Bambi?
No, Pepe Le Pew was like his own cartoon. What was the skunk on Bambi's name?
It's not Thumper.
It was
Flower.
Oh,
yeah.
You were friends with Flower.
Yeah. I like Thumper though. Thumper,
the rabbit, yeah.
Thumper. All right, no, so when was this? This was Saturday. The first night we were there, right? Mm-hmm. We had gone back to the room. But when we went back, obviously everyone went inside the apartment. They were all gonna start showering, getting dressed. Cause I guess they wanted to go to the casino. But as soon as we got back, that was on a good one. So I got back, I saw the pool empty. I was like, I'm gonna go hop in the pool, the apartment pool. So we're already in our swim trunks and everything from the river. So I went over there and I jump in there. I'm swimming in there, and then there's this older lady in there, and she's just chilling in there, just floating, not even floating, just chilling, sitting down in the pool. And I jump in, and then obviously I'm drunk, so I'm like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah. I'm talkative. She starts talking to me. I'm like, oh, you live here? And she goes, yeah, I stay here in the apartments. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. She goes, what about you? And I was like, nah, I'm just, we're renting out. We have an Airbnb. She goes, oh, I didn't even know they did Airbnb here. So I was like, yeah, I mean, we got a room, so I mean, I guess they do. Yeah. And we just started chopping it up, just started chopping about life, and somehow it got to like, and it's so crazy, Nicole, because even when you're out and about and you least expect it, certain things arise. You know, like my dad came up on this trip, and I was not expecting to talk about my dad and my mom and nothing like that, right?
Right.
And so I'm there talking to the lady, and then she goes, I forgot, we started talking about the year, like how the year's been and everything. No, I guess she had just moved into those apartments. She's been like probably like a year, and she was just telling me how like she loves the high, blah blah blah. And then she goes, yeah, this year's just been really crazy with everything, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, yeah, this year has really been a year. I'm like, I told her, I'm like, yeah, I lost my dad in the beginning of the year. And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. My daughter, she lost her husband as well. And she's like, when did you lose your dad? And I was like, January 11th. And she goes, oh, wow, my daughter lost his on January 20. And in my head, I'm like, wow, like that's the 11 correlation, right? Like, both of them. I was like, wow. I was like, and then she was like, yeah, my daughter's just been taking it really hard. She had 4 kids, same thing, my mom, but she had 3 girls and a boy, and my mom has 3 boys and a girl. Oh wow. And I'm just like, wow. And then she's like, everything she's describing about her daughter. That's when I started crying, because I was just like, wow, like my mom's going through the same thing too, like this year, like everything you're talking about right now, Georgia, like, that's exactly what my mom's going through. And no, actually, I didn't start crying yet. I'm just like, wow, that's wow, my mom's going through all this too. And then I started crying when I just like, because we started talking about, I forgot how even like the birthday thing came up, and I was like, and she was like, she goes, no, I forgot how she asked me, but she's like, oh, you're an October Scorpio or no, on November Scorpio? And I was just like, oh, I'm an October Scorpio. And then she goes, oh, me too. So obviously that narrows it down, right, to like birthdays. And she goes, when's your birthday? And I was like, the October 28th. And she goes, mine too. And that's when I started crying, Nicole. I was just like, no way, Georgia. And she's like, and she goes, I'm not lying to you. And I started crying. I turned away from her, and she goes, did I say something? Are you good? I'm like, I don't know why I met you right now, Georgia, but I'm crossing paths with you for a reason, because I'm like, exactly what your daughter's going through is what my mom's going through. I'm like, we have this, like, and just to top it off, we have the same birthday, like it was wild, Nicole, and everything she was saying is, I was just crying, like, and then there's like moments where she was like, I'm sorry I did that. I was like, nah, Georgia, like you don't have to be sorry. It amazes me how there's a lot of people out here that are going through similar things but we just don't know about it because we just don't know them. I'm like, but right now you telling me the story is like basically the same timing of everything that I went through. Like, she's going through the same thing. My mom's going through. She lost her husband 10 days after my dad died. 9 days after my dad died. 4 kids as well. And then the way she's like, my daughter has her days. Some days she just, she's going through it. I'm like, my mom does too. And I just started crying because I'm like, I'm here to turn up. I mean, I'm here this weekend to turn up, and I'm over here. I encounter you. We have the same birthday. What are the odds of all the similarities between us? And and probably like, she's probably a cool 30 years older than me, 40 years older than me. And I'm just like, wow, yo, like it was, and then my cousin's man comes like, oh, but are you ready? About to go to the casino? And obviously when I get back in the room and start cracking jokes like, oh, we see you, bro, trying to get the old lady. I'm just like, nah, I don't even get that, bro. Like I just had a deep moment with this lady. Like, that was not supposed to happen, like at all. Like, I don't know why that happened, because it was the randomest thing, Nicole. We got back, she was the only person in this pool. She's just chilling there, and the only reason I'm talking to her is because I'm drunk and I'm feeling away.
And you were just being like, because you're feeling yourself, you're like, oh, let me talk to this person. And you come to find, that's why I feel sometimes you run into people, and I use this term on my recent podcast episode. I say earth angels, because sometimes I feel like we run into these people and it's like, what was your purpose? Like, you made such an impact, and your kindness, your words, whatever it was, like, impacts so much, but it's just for that moment. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like you're going to run into Georgia again, maybe, who knows? But it's like, what are the odds? Like that all these things aligned that
exactly
transpired in her family, transpired in your family, that you have the same birthday, that you were able to connect. And I think also it's this human connection that you talk to another human being that can say, yes, I know what that feels like. Or
Yeah. It
on
was
it.
so crazy,
Mhm.
Nicole. Like, because like I said, I didn't expect to be miles and miles away from home, and my dad just comes up the way he came up.
Mhm.
And like my situation came up, so I was crying in the pool, and she felt bad, but I was like, don't feel bad. I always started crying because I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is one of those things in the movies where you're like, there's no way, like,
Yeah.
there's just no way I'm talking to you right now. There's no way. And this is, and obviously I don't like, some people get scared about stuff like that. They're like, you know, because they're scared like of the unknown. Like to me, that's just it was a spiritual moment. I'm like, wow, like this was supposed to happen. I don't know why. I don't know who this lady is, but maybe my dad's talking through her. Maybe my dad knows I'm here, and like I don't know why, but it didn't happen for no reason. It for sure didn't. I didn't have to go in that pool, Nicole.
Mm-mm.
We were all about to head out, but something in me said, go jump in this pool.
Yeah. And you can't explain why you felt that way. How did your interaction with her end? Did you just was like, okay, it was nice talking to you? Was it just...
Well, when my cousin came and was like, yo, we about to go if you're ready. I'm like, all right, let me finish up right here with her, and I'll head over there. And I started when he came, she obviously was there too, so she heard, so she kind of started winding it down herself. And she was just like, oh, well, you guys take care out there, my husband works at the casino over here at that one, so she goes to go to this spot, go to these machines. She was just giving us some game, but she goes, take care, Chris. It was nice meeting you. We met for a reason. I was like, we for sure did, Georgia. It was just a nice encounter for sure.
Yeah.
And I didn't see her the rest of the trip, but I was just like, wow. It's like those things that just happen. Where you're just like, this doesn't. How do you explain this? Like, how do you put this? How do you make of this? You can't. You're not supposed to.
Mm-mm.
You're not supposed to, man. That shit. It was special. That was special.
That's what makes life so interesting, is these undefined moments.
Yeah.
That you can't explain.
But it really hit me where I was just like, wow. There's so many people out there just that are going through similar things, maybe identical things, but we just don't know because they're not lit, they don't have clout, they're not viral, we don't know them, so we don't think nothing of it. And then when I'm hearing her story, it's like, damn, man, like same thing my mom's going through, same thing, and it's like, yes, it's hard. It's just, and today I called my mom. I called her today for the first time since I've been back, and when I called her, she was crying on the phone, and I'm just like, well, you good? And she goes, I'm like, you sick? And she goes, nah. I'm like, you good? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, why are you crying? And she goes, oh, I'm just having one of those days. And I'm like, and that's when I told her the story, and she started crying more a little bit, but I was just like, Mom, it's wild, how Dad still tries to, show his ways to us down here, talk through other people.
Yeah.
So it was. I thought it was very spiritual. When I tweeted it, and you were like, the skunk, and I'm like, I don't think that was spiritual.
I was like, is that his, like, because you know how animals have meaning, and sometimes
yeah.
when an animal continues,
so what's the meaning of a skunk then?
Let me see.
Now you got me thinking,
because that's what I thought. Because you know how like the hummingbird with me, it has a meaning.
Yeah. No, we're gonna if it matches Nicole, I'm gonna start crying right here again.
Let's see.
Let me see. What's a skunk? What is the meaning of a skunk?
Yeah, like you could put spiritual meaning or skunk. Let's see what comes up. Oh, let's see, skunk. Ooh, okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, the skunk totem animal is associated with both healing and strategy. Although the skunk is not as strong as the wolf or the bear, it uses its unique abilities to overcome its opponents. In this way, the skunk totem is clever and adaptable.
Where'd you find that one at? Because I'm going to read the one I found.
Okay, read it.
Skunk symbolism has a lot to do with danger, fear, warning, and alertness. A skunk may be reminding you to become aware of your environment so you can protect yourself from harm. Skunks are solitary creatures, and skunk medicine can help you become more independent and self-reliant.
Yes. This animal is often associated with negative connotations. However, in many cultures, the skunk is actually seen as a positive omen.
I'll take it.
You know what? Also, too, because the skunk is black and white.
Uh-huh.
It's like the
Yin
the duality. Oh, look at that. That's
dope.
why I thought. I was like, what was he thinking when the skunk walked up on him?
Right.
I thought it was, that.
No. But I mean, just the whole weekend it was fun. But I can see how I can have these things occur to me because you're around a body of water. You're in a body of water, a natural body of water. With when you go into stuff like that, it just enhances abilities. You're gonna start. I feel like you see more things too when you after you get out the water. Like I'm not saying like start hallucinating, but you start like that spiritual. That's how do I put it? Like the ocean's so magical and spiritual. Yeah, the connection.
Yeah, because
it wasn't even an ocean.
Yeah, the water itself is just like very intuitive and emotional, and it's fluid.
Yeah,
and so once you're in that kind of like vibe and energy, I feel like you're just open.
Yeah, and that's how I felt because that happened literally right when we got back from the river. That same night the skunk happened too. So like the Georgia happened before the skunk. So I talked to her, and then literally like an hour, 2 hours later, the skunk happened.
And then also you felt the need to jump into the pool.
Right? Yeah, water again. Yeah. That's crazy, yo. It connects, dog. I know it connects. I know it does. You feel it. I haven't been inside a body of water like that in a long time. Like I haven't been to the beach in a minute too, but when I go to the beaches, I'm just very like in the shallow area. But this time I'm like I was jumping into the river that my feet didn't even touch the floor. I didn't know, but there's no sharks or nothing, so you don't have that fear of like what's under me type of.
You were just immersed.
You just fall in the water, swim for a little bit, hop back on the boat, get to pushing. Oh, we like it right here. Jump out of the water. So, hey, bro, don't be scared to use that first angle too. That's how. So it was a fun trip. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed myself. I had fun. I came back burnt. I came back tired. I came back last 2 days just really just rejuvenating because it was a lot. It was a lot on me. I have a scrape on my back right here. I have a scrape under my butt cheek. It hurts so bad to sit down. Even when I take a dump, it hurts so bad because
How did you even do that?
Because this one was funny because I literally was on the boat, right? I'm standing on top of the boat and I'm holding on to like the rails. And I was already drunk and stuff. So I'm like messing around, like just cracking jokes, like just walking around, like being all cute on the boat, like just holding on to the thing and walking around. Well, all of a sudden I just and just slid down the thing and I just scraped my whole butt on the one of the hooks or something. It was bad.
Oh my goodness.
And the one back here is nasty too because I climbed up the rocks to go jump and I had to like do some ninja type stuff to get under and it scraped my whole back. Then I jumped in the water. It was so high I jumped in the water that luckily I jumped good enough, but when I landed in the water, my arm just hit a certain type of way. So my arm was bruised on top of the sunburn. So it was hurting. So the next day when I went out again, I already had all the red and I was already sunburned and the sun was, oh my gosh, the sun hurt so bad. So the last day was when I finally started applying the sunscreen on top of my sunburn already. That was the only way I was able to be out there. And I kept the last day I had my shirt on every time. I would just take it off to jump in and I would put it back on because I was like, never again.
Estabas frito.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta listen to them next time.
Yeah, sunscreen is a must.
I don't like putting sunscreen on.
I use a mineral sunscreen that has shout out to my esthetician, but yeah.
It reminds me of like deodorant. I don't put deodorant on.
We know that you are a special individual.
Shout out to all the dark people though, cause look, when sunburn don't exist to us. Like I just got super red, but now it's just gonna become just a tan now. I don't get the peeling. I'm not peeling at all. My nose everything is solid, man.
And you're moisturizing.
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, okay. Make sure you do that because your poor skin is just crunchy.
They were all trying to tell me, "Oh, you gotta go get the aloe vera, bro. Put some aloe vera on." I'm like, "I bet for real." Like, yeah, it makes it feel good. All right, say less. My skin feels good now. Like I can do this now. I can move. And
oh, see, it doesn't feel like.
No, it doesn't. It was just literally just one day of that. Just Tuesday and a little bit of yesterday, and now I'm good.
That's good.
Shout out to melanated people out there for real.
Shout
We
out.
had the advantage for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it on guys trip. Any questions on guys trip?
Okay, so when's the next guy trip? You planning on doing another one? Do you feel like you've built a rapport with these gentlemen and would like to hang out with them again?
Yeah, for sure. But the way Becky, if you're listening to this, ain't gonna be too many guy trips like that. Ain't gonna be like, So maybe next year for his birthday again. I don't know, but
Okay.
I'm going on a guy trip actually next month again with my cousin.
Oh, cool.
We're gonna be in Miami, so party and butt-ish and party and butt-ish. Cause I get to be the leader now.
Ooh, and yeah, the gram isn't ready for that. That's
I
gonna
like
be,
when I pick what I want. What we doing? This is what we doing.
That's literally Chris X Matt, and the content is X rated.
Yeah, he's rated. No, yo, they gonna tell me when I post it on my story, y'all not ready for lit Chris X Matt. They gonna tell me, oh yeah, we not, cause lit Chris X Matt has Hopunani on the page, and I'm like, yo. I was like, nah, that's not true. They're like, you don't remember. They break it down like, you don't remember when you were in Miami, and I remember, but I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember being on my phone, like, okay, I see it.
Let me read what homegirl said. This is funny. Why? Shout out to her. I'm gonna give her a shout out right now. Hold on, let me see. Where's she at? Okay, right here. She goes, SMH lit Chris X Matt put full nude coochie on the gram. I said, laughing emoji face. And she goes, bro, I'll never forget that I was like, was that really coochie? And I'm like, nah, it wasn't, LOL. And she goes, yes, it was. Whenever you went to the strip club, I know what coochie looks like. And I was just like,
oh my goodness.
I was like, never. I don't know what you were referring to, LOL.
Wow.
They ain't ready for lit Chris X Matt.
Ooh,
If I would have passed out, I would have give y'all the litness, but your boy was donezo.
Danger.
Donezo. You saw me on the last slide. I don't know where I'm going. That's how I was slurring everything. I did not know where I was going. I was still taking shots.
Oh my god.
I was still taking shots. Oh man.
Oof, no.
I basically killed a whole bottle of Don Julio myself that first day. I was on shrooms. I was on weed.
This is a family show. Don't do substances.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It's funny too, because at work I'm talking to my coworker and they're like, "Oh, were you drinking out there?" I'm like, "Bro, drinking, smoking, all that." And then this older lady is next to me. She's very cool too. She goes, "Chris, you were smoking?" And I'm like, and I look at her and I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, like, and she goes, "That's not good." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, and she goes, "You smoke cigarettes?" I'm like, no. And she's all like, she goes, "Oh." I'm like, And then the homie was like, "Yo, it's marijuana." And then she goes, "You smoke marijuana?" She goes, "That's not good." And she goes, "I bet you I can, when I go on my girls trip with my girls, like, I bet you I can have a way better time than you have, and I'm sober." And I'm like, I bet you can.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I can too. But this adds to the fun. Like,
yeah.
Imagine your funness times 10. That's me.
Yeah.
I could do you, but you can't do me. Like, that's a difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference there.
But it was just cute because she was. Right now, you said it's a family show. That's how I felt when she said, like, "You do all that?" Like, and she tried to cover her ears all, like,
a lot of
funny.
people do that. Let's be honest.
She's already in her 50s. She's like, oh,
not everyone is hip with it.
No, yeah, no, I understand that, but it's all fun and games to me.
It's all.
I've never done all three of those at the same time though. I've never done alcohol when I do shrooms ever. That was the first time I do that. And because I don't like doing nothing when I'm on shrooms. I like to just be on shrooms
For the spiritual component.
And I like to feel just that high. Because when I start mixing it, then it's like, am I on the weed high? Am I drunk? Am I what am I really on? So I need to have a spiritual one.
A spiritual event, a journey.
Because all my every time I go out, every time I do go out now and make something out of it, it's a turn up. It's a turn up.
Turn up.
Turn up. Like Miami, like I can't be spiritual in Miami. I'm on demon time out there.
Lord.
Miami is bad. Miami is too much temptation.
Ooh, danger.
And it's so hot that you just, never mind. Like you said, family show. Never mind.
We'll save that.
Never mind.
That's for the future of Sorry No Lo Siento when it's Sorry No Lo Siento after dark.
Yo, after dark ones will be fire.
Ooh, danger.
They need to, but nah, like, all girls out there, let your man have a guy's trip.
But I think it's healthy to bond.
But if you're a girl, don't have a girl's trip.
That seems a bit biased.
No, it doesn't.
Why is that? Why do guys get all like
The fun? It's just the way life's set up.
I guess. I don't know.
The more women step into that masculine role, the less they're really wanted by men, to be honest. So you can go ahead and do what you want to do. You could go ahead and be a boss, whatever. You can go ahead and run your own thing, but go ahead trying to have someone settle down with you.
Chris X Matt giving us.
You gotta find yourself a beta male. If he lets you get over him, then they'll work. But if if your dude ain't about that life, then it's gonna be problems all the time. But nah, I ain't like that. If I ever want to take a girl, she wants to go on a girl's trip, go do your thing, man. Go do your thing. Because if I don't trust you, I wouldn't even be with you, to be honest.
Correct.
You wouldn't be my girl if I didn't trust you. You just be someone I'm talking to. So I don't really care who you really out there, getting with.
Right. That's the reality of it all.
Yeah.
If you don't trust them, then you wouldn't even be with them.
Yeah. Yeah. But how do you feel about men that look but don't touch though? Is that cool with you or not?
I will say this: if my man wants to go to the strip club with his friends, have fun.
But
that's that. I mean, if you want to,
there has to be a but. There has to be some boundary. Like
what kind of but?
But no dance.
I mean,
but don't get a lap dance. But don't touch no titties. Don't put the dollar bill in the butthole.
I would just say no lap dance, but I don't think that. Like, I even tell him, like, go to the strip club with them. Like, but that's just me.
Yeah. I can see why a chick wouldn't want their dude going to a strip club. I could see. And a lot of men don't have self-control, so I can see why you would be worried about it. But even when I go to the strip club, I never go to the strip club with, like, looking at everybody like, oh, I need to smash tonight. Like,
if you're not going to the strip club to fall in love either, like,
no, I go to the strip club because I want the DJ to play the song that I want to hear while I throw this money. That's it. I want to go, play some Future, Percocet stripper joint. And I want to throw money to this. Play March Madness, throw money to this.
Yeah.
Play Playboy Cardi, home, throw money to that. Like, it's just like, I didn't set the vibe, and I want pretty things up there dancing. That's it. I guess it's objectifying, but it's a business. It's a job, right?
It is a business. Yeah.
They're not dancing for free, so.
No, they're not. And they make great money.
Especially in Miami. Miami lit. Atlanta has the best strip clubs, but Florida's there. Florida's there.
Florida is there.
But I can't wait till I plan my guys' trip, because we're going to get litty.
Ooh, danger.
Everybody cheating.
Oh, my gosh. You heard it here first.
And I'm recording everything, so I'm blackballing all y'all.
Oh my god. Nobody's going on any trip with you. Every friend that you invite that is in a relationship is going to respectfully decline. Because
I'll leave you. I'm picking where we're at the river. There's no reception here. So y'all. But just because there's no reception don't mean this camera button don't work.
Right?
Hey.
The phone features still work. It's just the internet.
There's still a camera roll here, okay? You're still going to save to the cloud. All right? It don't matter if it's not getting posted or not. It's going to be in there for one day.
Chris is dangerous.
Nah, I'm just playing. I want to do that. I would never do that. That's so grimy. Imagine.
He's like,
I don't care how much.
It's like the little camera, like, boop.
Yeah. And I think that's the only reason why I abide by guy code. Because I'm not trying to be the reason people split up. I don't care if I saw, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to say no. I don't know. I don't care. Like, I'm not saying it because I'm not doing that. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only way that I would break guy code is if I've had a relationship more with the women, before or longer.
So, hypothetical. Let's say someone in your family, you see their man.
Okay, maybe not.
No,
I don't know. I don't think so.
you would just.
It's just
be
so
like,
awkward. Like if it's not someone that I'm super close with, that I already have that rapport with to talk to, like, yo, hey, yo, you getting cheated on, then nah, because I can't just go up to like someone that I know is family, but I don't know him like that to just be like, yo, hey, I think you're getting cheated on.
Yeah.
Like I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't know if I would, to be honest. Guy code, man. That's another Plática too.
Ooh.
But it was a good first experience to be on a guy's trip, being around, forming new relationships and better relationship with the person I already had a relationship with, and then new relationships with the people that I haven't met.
Right.
That and if I ever decide to start working with my my cousin up north, you know, the other two dudes work for him, so you know, I will already know them, and it'll be like a guy's trip but just working style.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, man, happy birthday to my dog Avery, man, for real. You know, thank you for inviting me on the trip. You know, thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone. The whole trip I was saying that. I'm like, y'all really getting me out of my comfort zone.
Hey,
y'all really getting me out of my
good.
comfort zone. Yeah, because I don't be jumping off cliffs and doing all this crazy stuff, but
Lord.
I'm not scared, but I just don't be about that life,
That's
you know?
not
Like,
what you do normally.
this is what I do. I just sit down and talk.
Yeah.
That's all I do. I watch content all day to how to better my content, and I just come and make content. That's all I do. So it was nice to step away and enjoy a weekend with, you know, with different minds, you know, different people, and no phones were working, so not having our phones, being forced to like actually interact with each other and joke around and all that stuff. So
Having conversations and
yeah. So it was fun on the water, and I just can't wait to do it again. But yeah, happy birthday, Avery. Thank you. And hopefully you get too, 'cause I know, homie, I think he had fractured his rib, I think.
Oh.
By Monday, Nicole, my body was so done that that was our last day we went on the water, right? They wanted to get they had filled up the tube, the thing to that gets dragged by the boat. And they're like, "Oh, you're gonna get on it?" And I'm just like, "Let me see y'all first," because I'm like, let me just see what's it about. The first people that go on there, first two that go on there, boom, they fall off the thing, and then my cousin's just like, my ribs, and I'm just like, I'm looking at them, I'm like, I'm cool off that, I'm not doing this. And then they try to peer pressure you too, you know, like, come on, MC, you're not gonna do it,
No,
and I'm just like, and I wanted to do it, but I knew that if I fall, I'm gonna be way more messed up than I already am. And I already know y'all know that I'm kind of scared a little bit to do it. So you guys are telling me you're going to go easy on me right now. But as soon as I get on there, you guys are going to floor it, and I'm out of this thing. And nah, I'm
then
not.
You're going to fly off, and it's going to be
cool.
like...
I'm all messed up already. I'm sore. Like, I'm just cool. So that one, I was the leader, and I didn't do that. I said,
Good for you.
I'm putting my foot down on this one. I'm not doing it. And I really wanted to do it because they kept telling me, and it looked fun. So I was like, I just know I'm gonna get hurt, y'all. I just know it's not gonna end right, and I know you guys are gonna go hard on me. So nah, I'm just gonna not risk it.
And also the impact of water, depending on like the speed and all that, it's like hitting concrete.
Yeah, for sure. That's why they tell you too, when you like the first time, the first jump I jumped off of, because I was so messed up, or I was so drunk already. So we were kind of far away from the cliff. I started seeing the people jumping. I'm like, I started swimming towards them. And I'm like, yo, can I jump off? They're like, yeah. They look at me all weird, like, yeah. I climb up there and I'm like, yo, can I cut you guys? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. And I get all excited, so I'm up there. I jump off the cliff. I land right on my butt. Boom. And luckily, it wasn't too high to where it really hurt like that. But then when I got up, the guy was like, I look like it hurt. It hurt, huh? And it really did. Maybe because I was too high that I didn't feel it. I was just like, nah. He goes, it hurt, bro. And I'm like, I still swam all the way back to the boat. I was like, it didn't hurt like that. And then when the homie saw me like, hey, it hurt hard. And I was like, why y'all keep saying that? He goes, bro, you landed on your butt. I'm like, I get that, but it wasn't too high. Like I swam over here. Y'all just saw me swim over here. Like it didn't hurt too bad. So I got lucky, but yeah, I was so excited that I didn't even jump right. You're supposed to jump feet in.
Yeah.
Break the water.
Yeah, you're supposed to just...
Pencil drop.
Yeah, pencil drop. That is correct. Small splash.
And I was the second jump, right? The next day we went to the bigger cliff. You know, when I got scraped in my back, I was so scared, yo. Like, because at first I was like, yeah, I'm down, let's go. So we climb up there. And once we get to the top, I tell my boy, I jumped off with my cousin's man. So I was like, yo, bro, I don't know, bro. I'm like, I'm getting nervous now. I'm gonna chicken out. And he goes, nah, bro, don't. I'm like, bro, like my heart's beating so hard right now. Like it was like, I was scared, Nicole. I legit was scared. So, and we're already up there. I knew getting down was gonna be way more harder than just jumping off. So I'm just like, bro, like I'm nervous. And he goes, and he was even kind of like, all right, let's catch our breath. I'm like, all right. So we had to go down. We had to go under this little tunnel, and then we pop out under the little rock, and then you get like at the edge of the cliff, and then you jump off, right? So when you go into the tunnel, like you have to like kind of like step onto the lower level to kind of like, you know how you have to like stick out of the water a little bit when you jump off a cliff. You can't be like too much behind the rocks.
Correct.
You have to be like a little bit ahead of it. So we had to kind of like get to the bottom level so we get up to above of it. And I was my bad. I was scared, right? Mark it down. 137.
137.
And I was so scared. So I get up there and I'm just like, I'm looking down, and then the homie's like, come on, we're gonna jump off. And I'm like, bro, no. Like, dude, hold on, like let me set up, let me get in place. He goes, nah, just jump on 3. I was like, nah, bro, no, wait. And he goes, 1, 2. I was like, nah, bro, no, wait. He's like, 3. And I just jumped off. with him. And I was just like, I know the fall was deep because midway is when you realize this is way higher than you thought, because you feel it, like you feel the drop. You know when you're able to feel the drop? I was like, oh nah. And luckily I think I got scared midway. That's why I messed up my arm a little bit, but I was still able to land. And as soon as I landed, there was this guy that was up there that he wouldn't jump. They were trying to convince him to jump, and he was just scared. I look up there and I was like, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. That was scary. And then the dude next to him was like, but at least you did it though. You jumped, right? I'm like, no, I did it. I don't regret it, but I get why you scared, bro. It was scary. Trust, it was scary. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't do it again. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, nope.
But it was fun. It was a one-time thing. I have the video and everything, so I'm cool. Proof. But in the video, you can see how like we get there, and then at the end, I get rushed because he's like, bro, it's now or never. Just jump. And I was like, no. And I knew that if I would have stayed up there, I wouldn't have jumped off. If you would have jumped in without me, I would have probably just walked back down.
You're like, I'm good.
But I was like, nah, just jump, bro. And boom. Oh, it was scary. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm glad you're alive.
Or nothing broken or sprained or anything.
Chris would be going in your saddle with the cast and everything. Like, hey guys.
Speaking of, getting hurt and stuff like that. Well, I'm not. I thought it was a good transition to talk about. I might get surgery soon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I might get my jaw aligned.
Really?
Yeah, I might get braces.
I had braces 3 times.
Cause I've been obviously every time I go to the dentist, they're like, they always tell me like, you don't plan on getting braces and like that. Get your top ones out, and I'm like, no, I don't have any problems, but I've been grinding my teeth a lot lately too. And then they were telling me like this time that I went, they were like, my hygienist, she said like, you've been grinding your teeth a lot, huh? I'm like, yeah, I actually have been. And she goes, yeah, it's because like, the way I have a underbite and then a cross bite. So they don't align. So they were saying like they might have to do some surgery on your jaw to align it, and then maybe go about the braces and see what you can do about it. And I want to do it, but I know it's gonna cost money. Like I know out of pocket is gonna be a few thousand, so that's why I don't want to do it. But I want nicer teeth. I know I have a good colored teeth. I have nice bright teeth. It's just that I want to straighten them out. I want these top ones to be like pushed back, and I want them spaced out, but that costs money. Money.
Well, it depends on what type of dental insurance you have. So
they're not gonna cover all of it though.
They don't cover all of it, but there's always options. Like they try to sell you on for me as an adult, my bottom, I always had an overbite as a child. As an adult, is my bottom teeth that started like crowding. And so then he was like, do you want to get Invisalign? I was like, that's the more pricier option. I'm very secure in who I am. I'm going to do just regular metal braces. Yeah. And that's what I did. And I just wear a retainer at night. Cause
but I think I'm gonna consider, cause I really love my hygienist, right? Like I only book my appointments when she's there. Like she's only there Monday through Friday. Her name's Robin. Shout out to you, Robin. And she's always telling me like, you should you could go talk to an orthodontist, like you don't know what it's gonna be. Like just go ask for a consultation and just weigh your options. Maybe you don't have to get your jaw realigned. Maybe the braces will be enough. Like we don't know. You have to go find out though. Yeah. And I always put it to the side. And then this last yesterday, she was kind of like, I feel like you're annoyed at me always telling you. I'm like, I'm not, Robin. It's just that I know money's gonna be involved, and I just don't know if I have it right now like that for that, And she goes, and that's when she's like, well, you never know what it can be. You just don't know. It could be $1,000 out of pocket you pay. You just don't know. And I'm like, so just go find out. And then that's when I was like, you know what? You're right. Like you guys are saying it's getting worse. I noticed it's getting worse just because the way I grind my teeth. And then they say like, she's like, right now it's whatever because you're young still, so your body compensates for it. Like, because even when I chew, it's bad the way I'm chewing food right now because of the cross bite. Yeah. So the back ones are just. They're gonna be gone, before in 20 years of anything. So, and I know right now I'm young, so she was like, now you're young, so you'll heal faster. So it'll be a quicker procedure. And I get that, but it's just like, bro, I just need money. If I had the money, I would have been done this already.
Yeah, because like when I got my braces, like my insurance covered part of it, and then the orthodontist. He was like, his office was really cool. They're like, we'll take payments if you want to make a payment every month or however you want to do it, split it up in any way. Like, so you can look at options. I went to like 2 other offices before settling with, my dentist office because they wanted me to. They were just like, look at what your options are.
I just don't know how long I want to put this off because depending on the success of potting, maybe that's when I should get it when it does blow up. Because right now the way I look at it too is like, okay, yeah, I can do payment plans too, but I don't want to get in debt for my teeth right now. Like when I can those thousands of dollars, I can go buy another camera. I can keep doing more for this. That's how I look at it because eventually this will make the money where we probably won't even need insurance. At one point and just go get it done. So but it's like, when is that gonna happen? Like how long will it be for that to happen? So.
And how long are you allowing this issue to be, prolong itself? And
exactly, so I'm actually gonna make the consultation appointment just to go talk it through and see my options. Because I noticed the jaw, like when they said it, I was like, damn, like because this is the first time they've told me I have to get surgery on my jaw. So this I know is getting worse because I've been going with them and every time I see the x-rays, they're like, you don't plan on getting your wisdom, your top ones out or doing this. And I'm just like, nah, I'm cool. They don't bug me. But then this time they were just like, they saw my jaw and they're like, you ever thought about getting your, a surgery on your jaw? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah. They're like, well, compared to how you were 6 months ago, like and then the last 6 months is gradually getting worse. So they're showing me pictures and I'm just like, oh yeah, I see what you guys mean. So now I'm kind of like, it's on the back of my head and I feel it. Even like today in the mirror, I'm looking and I'm like, I try to straighten my jaw. I'm like, this is how it should be. I'm like, it's not. So now it's more noticeable. So now I know I'm gonna go and get it done. Whatever.
Take care of your health.
Get money. Get money first.
What good is the money if you're not in good health?
I was about to say that. Yeah. I was about to say.
All right.
Okay, Nicole. Well, is it that time of the day already?
It's that time.
Are we there?
We're there.
Es una palabra del día. Una palabra del día. Every week, these vocals getting crispier.
Ooh, dangerous.
Don't give me a ghostwriter, yo. I'm telling you.
Well,
once I start making music, it's over for a lot of people, too.
Okay, so if you're a ghostwriter...
They're going to be mad like, damn, you pod good and you do music good?
Just the whole package. If you're a ghostwriter, please submit to our...
Spanish reference tracks too.
Okay, there you go.
Both English reference tracks, Spanish reference tracks. Don't send me no melody and cadences. Just send me lyrics. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll figure out how I want to say it.
You go.
I need to figure out what to say. That's the hard part. But I'm sorry. Continue. Palabra del día.
Palabra del día. So it's really interesting and kind of cool that the word that I had chose is a word that you use throughout the podcast today.
Skunk.
No. Cove. You said cove a lot of times, like the cove.
Oh, yeah.
So, how do you say cove in Spanish?
A cueva?
A cueva. Isn't a cueva a cave? Yeah, that's not cove. We're talking cave. I was like, hold up.
Cove, cueva.
You tried. You tried.
Okay, a cove is.
And I didn't even know this, that's what it was.
Give me the letter. What letter to start with?
E.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get this.
Do you want
a
to
cove? What?
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
So this word is also the name of like a destination in Mexico.
A cove is a bufadora.
No.
I think that's a spring. E. Estrella?
Oh, that's a star.
I know. Nah, I don't know, Nicole. You got me beat.
I was surprised. Ensenada.
Wow, that's a cove?
That's a cove. Because
the bufadora is an ensenada too, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the reason why, because I started looking at words and I was like, ocean is too easy. Sea is too easy.
Yeah.
I was going to use corriente. Like,
wait, what's ocean? Mar?
So some people say oceano.
I never heard that one.
Ocean, ocean. Sea
would be mar, right?
Yeah. Correct, yes.
Yeah, so I was like, I never heard ocean in Spanish. We always say vamos a ir a... Oh, no. Oh, we say la playa, though. That's beach, though. That's beach. That's beach. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vamos a ir a la playa is beach.
So, yeah, I was trying to find... I was like, corriente. I was like trying to... Yeah. And so then I was like...
What's river?
River is... Rio.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at all these words and then Ensenada, and I was like, what is Ensenada? No, cove.
I like that. Was a good one.
Yeah.
Cove. Ensenada. That's wild.
Yeah.
Because lagoon would be ¿qué? Laguna?
Laguna.
Lake would be...
Lago.
And pool would be what? Alberca? No, alberca.
Piscina.
Alberca. What's alberca again? A tank, right? A water tank?
A water tank.
Yeah. Hey, I've been learning on Siento, man.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish speaker right here.
Okay.
Spanish 3.
Duh.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's our Plática for today.
Yeah, great Plática. I'm glad you went on the trip and found some fun for yourself and got out of the house. Content
to bring back to the pod.
You know?
That's honestly, when you pod, that's probably the funnest thing. I mean, not the funnest. When you pod, I think that's why it's so important to go out and about, because you need to create your life content to bring back and share on your podcast.
Yeah.
Because if you're not doing all that, then you're not gonna have, like, look at that. At that one point, all I was talking about was pod problems. That's why I told myself I'm not doing that no more with you guys. You know, Like, I didn't even mention that I did earlier. I don't know if we recorded or not, but I mean, I got my mixer back. Like, that was a whole problem. We gave you like 2 episodes where all I talked about was a mixer, and it's like, as a consumer, you guys don't care about that. You guys want a product, the finished product. So that's why I'm done just crying about obstacles and everything that's going on, because it's gonna keep happening. Just when you think, oh, finally we got the good episodes, good sounding quality, and then the last episode was like, it's not the worst sounding quality, but we had a hiccup, and it's like, so you just never know with audio. Like, audio is just so tricky. You just never know.
Yeah, and that's unpredictable on our ends, you know, because we are using technology, and, you know, shout out to Mitch, because he makes it.
Shout out to Mitch, man.
He makes it happen.
I gave you a shout out on the last episode, and it's so unfortunate that it was the episode that we had a hiccup on. But the one prior to that, like, I want to say shout out to Mitch, because, like, the pressure he puts on himself, especially after the last episode that what happened, and I realized, okay, he really does care about how it sounds as well. It's not just me, and that's new to me, because I've always been the one that cared more about how it sounds, and to the engineer and the person handling that, it's always just been about like getting paid and just making it sound decent. But like with Mitch, you know, everything I describe it, he does it that way. Got you, bro. I got you next episode. Got you next episode. And I see it. I see the difference. So that episode before this one that we just dropped, the Plática, what was it? Grandparents? The grandparents one. It was amazing. I was like, yo, bro, this is the one. Like, this sounds top notch quality right here. Music bumping. Our vocals are bumping. No more, like, there's way less bass now because I didn't like how it sounded so bassy sometimes. Now it just sounds very, very, like, direct and straight to your face. And yeah, I pride myself on audio. Shout out to my boy Mitch, because we're not accepting mediocrity. So on that note, we got to tune in for next episode, right?
Yeah, tune in next week.
Well, I appreciate everybody tapped in, listening to Siento, Lo Siento. Healing with Nicole, Cristobal X Mateo. Every Tuesday on your favorite podcast platform. YouTube too. Shout out to everyone tapping in on the reels, sharing the reels, watching the YouTube videos, commenting, giving us comments on. Hold on, Nicole, you said we got some compliments on our sound. Yes, on our show, right? You want to share?
Yeah. So shout out to Morgan Fowler for saying that she loves our audio quality, that we're kind of like at that Joe Budden status.
You're lying. She said that?
Yeah, she said that. She said that. We have good audio and that we have great. Yeah. It was good. We've been getting a lot of good feedback, so that I've been hearing. People like the dynamic. People like the show.
I've been getting that too. I got that from my aunt, actually. I was surprised when she told me that. She goes like, "How do you guys know each other? Like, from where?" And I'm like, I met her on my old show. She goes, "Really? Like, you guys such a good chemistry?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I chose her." That's why we decided to start a show together. And but my aunt said the same thing. And I like when I hear when people compliment the audio when they don't really know nothing about audio. Like,
right.
That's foreign to them. But she was like, it sounds good. Like, I hear other podcasts and you always hear like the background noise. You hear like static noise, but with you guys, it sounds like. And then when I told her like, yeah, we do it in she lives in Sacramento. She goes, that's what she was like, and it still sounds so good. And I'm just like, I pay. That's why I'm like, I pay for it. And she goes, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. So shout out to everyone that notices the quality that we giving you.
Yeah, we appreciate that so much. And again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review on your podcast platform.
Yes. Leave that 5-star on Apple Podcasts. Comment on Instagram. Yeah. On YouTube. All that. Hate comments, love comments. I don't care. I don't know about Nicole. I don't care. But yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
Hasta la próxima.
Para la próxima. Los amo, los quiero. Cuídense, que Dios me los bendiga. Adiós.
Bye.